before you run the system, you want to make sure the mobile phase is properly labeled, enough volume. This is the mobile phase. There's a 4 mobile phase for quadri pump system, and there's a solvent compartment. There's a degasser, and this is the pump. And the quadri pump have 4 phase, A, B, C, D. And there's this one pump. This is called purge valve. This is the pressure transmitter. And when the pump's running, this is the valve to mix the solvent in proportion according to your program. And this is the auto sampler. This is the valve, sample valve, and this is 100 valves sampler tray. And here's the needle. Normally A is for water because it's easy to grow bacteria, so you use the brown bottle instead of a clear bottle. All the organic solvent or other solvent mixture use clear bottle. And inside there is a filter cartridge, and make sure that's submerged underneath the liquid. And then also make sure your waste bottle is not full, overflow. This is an injector, and you have 6 different locations. And if you leave this door open, the instrument will not work. So you always close this door. And this part was supposed to be here like this. You put it down. This is called columns compartment. There's a column, and there's another valve if you want to use dual injector system. But for our system, we just use this one. And this is the column. This is guard column to prevent the contaminants to contaminate the column, so it will trap the contaminants before it enter the column. And this is a heating compartment. You can control the temperature. And make sure when you control the temperature, you want to close this so that the heat will keep inside. This is detector. And here is the deuterium UV lamp. This is a visible lamp. And this is the shell. And then the liquid, the mobile phase and sample will go from the mobile phase through the pump, through the injector, go to the column, and come to this shell, and come out, go to the waste. Okay. Turn on the computer, and this is the screen after you turn on the computer. And there's 2 icons on the desktop. One is instrument 1 online. The other one is instrument 1 offline. You double click the online. This is after you first pass through the initial stage, and this is the screen looks like. And here, this is the auto sampler. This is the pump. This is the column compartment. This is detector. In order to turn on the whole system, you can just simply click on. Then the whole system will be on. But make sure you choose the right method, because whatever method you choose is about what solvent you're going to use passing through your system. So I choose this caffeine.com .m and click OK. And now if I see here, it's supposed to change to caffeine, see? And now when you turn on the system, the solvent will be corresponding to the caffeine method. So I turn it on, the system. In the caffeine method, the mobile phase is A, 95%, which is water. B is 5%, which is methanol. And right-click any solvent bottle. Left-click any solvent bottle. And then you can input the amount of solvent in each bottle, and then your setting can do prevent an analysis if level fall below 0.1 liter. That means if the volume below 0.1, the pump will stop, turn off the pump if running out of solvent. So you will stop analysis and turn off the solvent. This prevents the pump running empty. This is important especially when you have overnight sample. In the method, before you do analysis, you want to set up the method. You click Method, Edit Entire Method. This one will show you every aspect of the method. Like the method comments, this is for caffeine analysis, and you can document some other information like a column type or a mobile phase. And this is the pump. Here's the flow rate. Here's stop time, mobile solvents. At the beginning of the day, the analysis, you want to come here. This is the purge valve. You want to open the purge valve, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So open the purge valve. That means all the mobile phase will go through here and then go to the waste instead of going through the system. And the purpose for that is to get rid of the air bubble in the mobile phase. So for doing that, I can do one channel at a time. Like number 1, A is water, so I turn off B. Then A is 100. I can increase the flow rate to 5. That's the maximum flow rate allowed in the system. Make sure the valve is open. That's very important. When you finish, you change the flow rate to 0. Okay, and close the purge valve. Close it. Don't over tight it. Make it tight enough, but not over tighten. And now you can run your method. So you start to load your method. Load method. The method, when you do any changes, they will say method caffeine has changed. Save current changes? No. And then you load again. That now is back to the initial, the caffeine method. And you click method again, do the edit entire method, and you go through you can edit the method, improve the method. You click OK, and this is a comment. You input all the information in there, and then this is the pump. You can edit your gradients. This is a simple gradient for caffeine analysis. So the A is 90%, B is methanol 5%. Remember, always add some organic solvent in the water. Like you start with 5% instead of 100% water go to the column. This is because water, the polarity of water will suppress the C18 column, the long organic chain that will reduce the column efficiency. So it's always add some organic. You start with 5% organic or 2%, whatever you prefer. And that's that. So the beginning is 90% water, 5% methanol. And then at 5 minutes, this is short gradients. 5 minutes, the B, methanol is increased to 80%. And then after this 5 minutes gradients, I want to wash the column with 100% methanol because my analysis is done. I want to wash away all the impurities. So I start at 550, 100% methanol. and I want to rinse the column for 2 minutes. I did that, 100% methanol, and then I changed back to the initial 5%. That's the beginning of the analysis, and I control the stabilized time in here, stop time. Like at 8 minutes, your methanol is 5%, and then the stop the whole running at 11 minutes. That means you stabilize the system for 3 minutes. And the next is injector. You can select standard injection, injection volume, or you injection with needle wash. And the wash valve is 100, means at the position 100, there's the wash valve, normally methanol, to wash away the outside of the needle. You can do the standard injection and okay. This is the detector signal. You can pick up to 5 different wavelengths, and make sure the reference wavelength is in like not have absorption at this wavelength for your sample. And stop time, required lamp, and this is, if you choose this, that will give you a 3D scan, and then click OK. This is a column compartment. You can choose not control the temperature or control the temperature. For example, if you want to control 30 degrees, but we don't control it, so it's not controlled. And this is the signal detail. You pick the 2 signals, and you can add it to method by doing this. Click this, they will show the signal that you choose, and you can add them to the method. I already did. Okay. And then this is integration event, and you can edit that. Click OK. This is report, specify report, and this is how it's set up. You can choose how do you prefer your report to be reported. Click OK. And this is instrument curve. Don't choose anything. Unless you know you really want. Otherwise, it's nothing. And this is runtime checklist, data acquisition, standard data analysis, save method to data. Click OK. That's your whole method. You check it. You want to save it. Save the method. Save current method. You save it. And then you can write it the comment for audit trial, and we can say test. Okay. Sequence parameter. And here is the path of your sequence, the subdirectory for your task, like for example gene. And then it's auto, and this is supposed, it has to be according to runtime checklist. Choose this one. And here, post sequence comment. If you want to run a sequence, long sequence overnight, you want to do micro shutdown. This means at the end of the sequence, the system shut down. Not ready timeout, you can do 5 minutes, and then click OK. And then save the sequence. Click here, save the sequence. You can also save the sequence as, save sequence template as, for example, as a name, say caffeine, and OK. So this is your sequence. This is your method. And after you add a sequence, now you added this sequence table. And that's your sample. This is a valve, like if this is valve number 1, I could put 1, delete this. And the sample name is caffeine. 1 milligram per milliliter. And then the method name, you want to do the caffeine. And injection is 2. That means the same sample being injected twice. You can add more by doing click a pending line. If you're on the pending line, it would do more. If I want to do that, I can highlight, copy, and paste. That would be, what do you say, one time, and that's fine. Okay, and after it's done, I can click OK. And I want to save it. Save sequence. So always save your method or sequence, whatever you change. And then you can start your sequence here. After the sequence finish, the system turns off automatically because in the sequence parameter, it was set as a post-sequence command is shut down. If you don't click this, they will keep running until you input a command to stop it. And if you click it, it will stop itself. So when you doing the work during the day, you don't want to keep frequently shut down. But if you run the sequence overnight, you want to shut down itself. So after the sequence run, you minimize the window, go to the offline. This is for data analysis. It's offline. You open the window. Here is you have the data, all the data here, or this is the method, what you use. And the highlighted method is the one you just used, and the data is in here, different folder. And we had expand this folder. We have a sequence, 3 sequence. This is the last one. I double click it, then all the in that sequence, all the data file are here, like this one. So I loaded this one, and it's collected with 2 wavelengths, so I see 2 windows. And I can either record, and I also can here. If you want to only show 1 wavelength, see all loaded signal, and you choose 254, then you only see 254. And if you want to create a calibration table, you come here, calibration, new calibration table, and then you choose automatic setup. Level 1, you input the amount, for example is 1, and click OK. Then it will create automatically all the peaks will be recorded, retention time, area, assume this is the amount. And you want to pick, because there are a lot of them are noise, you want to choose the one that is the real one. This is the one, 6.5, and that's the compound caffeine. Yeah, and it's collected in 2 signals. One A is 254, B is 280. So you click OK. Now you have your calibration, 1-point calibration table, and you just keep doing the process. If you have next one, yes, and then you can do the same. do the same, and if you want to choose 254 that same way, and you want to add level, you can add level 2, and you do the amount, for example is 5, then you click OK. I have this file, and if I want to load this file, it will show both the signal wavelength. If I choose one, 254, that will be like that. And if I want to see this peaks UV vis spectrum, I come to spectra, select spectra, and they show this window, those icons. If you click this one, and then you cross over the peak, and this is your UV spectrum. You can see the highest absorption is at about 280, 76. Leave this as the way it is, and then here there's two ways to shut down the system. One is through the sequence parameter. This is check on this one, post sequence comment. This is shut down after the sequence is finished. Or you manually shut down, just click off. And then it says switch off pump, thermostat, and lamp. You say yes. And that shut down the system. And if you want to shut down the software, you can come here, exit. And they say close Agilent online, yes. Switch off, yes. To change the column and screw, and do the same thing on the other side. If you need a tool, you use a tool. And when you save the column, you always cap it. This is the visible lamp, this is the UV lamp, this is the cell, and you can remove it. Just push in, open it up, and then hold this and take it out. This is the cell.